Two children, two grieving communities, and two mothers accused of the unthinkable. Today, we're diving deep into the heartbreaking parallels between the case of 6-year-old Joshlin Smith and the murder of 11-year-old Jayden Lee Meek. Different provinces, same haunting question. How does a mother end up at the center of her own child's disappearance or death? Joshlin Smith vanished from her home in Saldanha Bay in February 2024. She was only 6 years old. Her disappearance shook the nation, triggered massive search efforts, and prayer circles and candlelight vigils. But what began as a missing child case soon took a horrifying turn. Her mother, Kelly Smith, and her boyfriend were arrested, accused of trafficking Joshlin. Her body was never found to date. Fast forward to May 2025. 11-year-old Jaden Lee Meek was found unalived in Gauteng. This time, there was no mystery about what happened, only horror. He'd been bludgeoned. His mother, Tiffany Meek, is now charged with the murder and obstruction of justice. This happened in May 2025, just a few days after Kelly, her boyfriend Buddha, and their friend Steffi were convicted for the trafficking and disappearance of Joshlin Smith. Could Jaden Lee Meek's mother, Tiffany Meek, been watching that and seeing how she could get away with her crime? These are questions that are standing out to me because there are such similarities in this case. Forgive me for comparing the two. However, I think in the interest of justice and in the interest of safety of children, it's important that I highlight this. What links these two heartbreaking cases isn't just the young victims. It's the fact that both mothers were front and center, first as grieving parents, and then as prime suspects. In both cases, the mothers speak about fame. What are the chances that that is just a coincidence? Kelly said she never thought that this is how she would become famous. Tiffany said that her son always wanted to be famous. He wanted to be a YouTuber. He wanted to be a soccer star. But well, now he's certainly a star.
My child wanted to go viral. Unfortunately, this is the way that it had to happen. But he wanted to be a soccer player. Now recently again it went back to soccer. He wanted to be a YouTuber, but his biggest thing was he was going to be a star, and he will remain a star in my life.
Mothers, biological mothers of these two children. In both cases, authorities say the mothers lied, covered up evidence, and betrayed the children they were meant to protect. Both women are accused of being directly involved in their children's disappearance or death, and in both cases, their actions after the fact raised red flags, from misleading statements to alleged deals made in silence. In Joshlin's case, her body was never recovered. Prosecutors had to rely on the testimony from witnesses and chilling admissions from her mother. Jaden Lee's case was different. His body was found, but the evidence was still circumstantial. Bloodstains, forensic inconsistencies in both the investigation was a puzzle of behavior and clues. Joshlin's mother allegedly accepted money to stay quiet. Jaden Lee's mom is accused of trying to pin the blame on others, framing a school transport driver, Mr. Kumalo, and moving her son's body to mislead police. Both tragedies ignited a storm of public outrage. In Saldanha Bay, the community packed a makeshift courtroom. In Gauteng, protesters marched in Jaden's name, demanding justice for a boy they saw was failed by the very person who gave him life. The media descended, social media lit up, and the justice system moved faster than usual, possibly driven by the eyes of the nation watching every move. Joshlin's case ended in conviction. Her mother and accomplices were found guilty of kidnapping and human trafficking. But Jaden Lee's case is still unfolding. Tiffany Meek has been denied bail. Prosecutors are building a strong case based on blood evidence and inconsistencies in her version of events. 2 children gone too soon, and 2 cases that force us to look closer at the cracks in society, poverty, substance abuse, and the cycles of violence that often hide in plain sight. What happened to Joshlin and Jaden Lee is more than just a headline. It is a wake-up call. We remember them, we speak their names, and we demand a justice system that acts swiftly and fairly for the most vulnerable amongst us. If you found this video informative, please like, subscribe, and share. Definitely share it with others. Comment below. You could be saving the life of another child. We cannot have another young child die or go missing at the hands of their very own mother. In both cases, the teachers, in the case of Jaden Lee, the teachers and the students are coming forward to say he constantly spoke of abuse, not having enough to eat. In Joshlin Smith's case, she told the teacher she wasn't coming back. This is absolutely heartbreaking what these 2 children went through. Unimaginable. The forensic evidence shows that Jaden Lee had a cut that was 6 centimeters wide and 5 centimeters deep on his head. What kind of force did this alleged mother use on her very own son? Think about it. 5 centimeters deep. Wow. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on these similarities. Is this just simply a coincidence? Is it unjust to compare the 2? Are these 2 mothers very, very different? Or do you agree with these similarities? Let me know in the comment section down below any other similarities you might have noticed. I'm going to play a clip, a haunting clip for me, of the mother before she became a suspect and just how she spoke of her son. Absolutely heartbreaking.
In this family's search for answers. For the first time, Jaden Lee's mother, Tiffany Meek, is speaking out about the tragedy that has rocked their family. Tiffany, thank you so much for speaking to us, for being brave enough to speak with us. Maybe let's just start about speaking to us about what kind of boy Jaden was.
Jaden Lee was a very humble, outgoing, bubbly person. He didn't trouble anyone. He was a blessed and loved child.
Talk us through the day he went missing and you first, discovered he hadn't returned home from school.
So Jaden Lee left for school in the morning, his usual time, between 13 minutes past and 15 minutes past 6 when his transport picks him up in the morning. He spent the day at school, which was confirmed by the school, and then time went by and still he was not there. Later, like not long after, my mom spoke to the lady, and then she obviously then phoned the driver. The driver phoned me to confirm that he did say that he dropped off Jaden Lee.
And where are you as all this is happening?
I'm at home. I'm at home. I was at home the entire day.
And the moment then you discovered that, you know, he was not going to return home.
At the back of my mind, it was always he was going to return home. It didn't hit me until I received the phone call the next day to say, come home, your child has been found.
As she took to the dock for her son's murder. As a picture emerges of Jaden Lee's final moments, we sat down with an investigator close to the case.
Jaden was beaten severely. He was hidden under his bed, under the blankets. All evidence was basically tampered with. She tried to remove as much as possible, but missed key details in hiding the evidence.
After suffering blunt force trauma to the head, the 11-year-old would endure even more abuse.
When his body was found, he had a different set of underwear. His body was cleaned. The dirty underwear that he wore the day for school was also found in the property. Bloody towels, face cloths, everything was in the board. There was a lot of blood trails within the board under UV lights, and yeah, it was a gruesome discovery.
The investigator says the perpetrator attempted to cover their tracks in a cold and calculated manner.
Somebody did try and cover up the crime scene. A lot of ammonia was used, specifically Handy Andy, and a thick bleach substance was used to wipe out the entire place. They mopped throughout the place, beds were made. However, because blood has such high ions, once you try and cover it up, you know, it leaves a deeper stain. So under the UV light, everything is brought to surface.
As the story of an 11-year-old boy and his murder-accused mother unfolds, questions remain over what had been done to protect Jayden-Lee Meek. Had there been allegations of abuse in the house before?
There's been many. Upon interviewing the teachers and the students at school, Jaden was severely abused. He had severe trauma. Speaking to his classmates and the teachers, Jaden always complained of being abused, not being fed, stuff like that, you know, or his mum leaving him alone.
With Tiffany Meek behind bars, police say more arrests are likely. ENCA reached out to the Meek family, who refused to comment on the matter. Naomi Kobe, Johannesburg.
In the comment section down below, help this video go to a wider audience by typing justice for Jaden Lee and also typing justice for Joshlin Smith. She still hasn't been found. There is no body. There is no conclusion as to what exactly happened to her. That is it from me today. If you've made it this far in the video, you absolutely have my heart. Please remember to like, to comment, to share, and definitely I'll catch you on my next upload. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.